So I sent in the Zoom link in the NY session. The YouTube is starting soon. We've got the music playing. Let me set this good. Good morning, YouTube. Hello, hello. Right, let me do a thing over here. All right, YouTube is populating nicely. Let's do some fresh analysis for gold. So gold, we see that daily is going up, creating higher highs. We see a lot of volume starting to kick into the markets. This is like 160 pip bullish candle on the daily time frame. So we have a lot of trending volume to the upside. In Asia session, we broke above this level over here at 1794. And after consolidating for a very long time, I expect a lot of volume coming up. My ultimate target for today is about 1820. So right now, for me personally, I'm looking for buys above 1808, 800. If we get a candle closing above this level, then I'll be looking for buys. The reason I have this level marked down is if you look at the 5 minutes, this is a resistance. And on the higher time frames, these are wick rejections. So if we can get a candle closing above, then we can continue creating higher highs. If we, for sells, in my opinion, if we break below 1804, then we can start to see some sells, which would be a higher time frame, deeper pullback. So like the 4 hour might then be creating a pullback to retest 1795, something along those lines. See, my voice is a little soft compared to the music. I think this should fix that. Hello Vindy, welcome to the chat. So that's the analysis for gold. Pretty much buys above 1808, 800. For sells, I would wait personally for a break below 1804. Yeah, there might be some opportunities on the flip of this 4 hour. If this 4 hour flips bearish and breaks its own low, that might be some form of opportunity for sells, because then it's went up to create its liquidity, to grab all this liquidity to the upside. Then once it starts coming down, I think if it flips bearish, then I think it might just start creating a deeper pullback. Let's not have any background noise over here. Perfect. Let's do some fresh analysis for GJ over here. So fresh analysis on GJ this morning. We tried to go up but couldn't go up. Looking at the daily time frame, we are at daily resistance. The overall bias is bearish. By looking at the higher time frames, we see bearish market structure forming, right? We broke this bullish structure, created a low resistance, and because the previous weekly closed bullish, well, the one before that, we needed to see a support formed and then a break of that support. So right now we are rejecting resistance. So if we can break below this daily support, I think we can retest these lows at 152, 800, ultimately with volume even around 152 flat. So let's dive into the lower time frames and adjust these zones. So it seems like these so if you take a look at these wick rejections over here on the lower time frame, 4 hour, are actually candle bodies. So that's how, if you are questioning whether you should draw support or resistance at the wicks or the bodies, you have to evaluate on the higher time frames to lower time frames. So right now it's basically just coming down. Can't take any sells because it's at support. Can't take buys because candles are going down. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit. Let's adjust this support to this hourly level. If we break below here, then we have about 15 pip range, and with volume, we might fill this wick for 30 pips. So let's see. But gold, I think, is going to be the predominant thing to trade today. I think it's going to move much better than GJ. Hey, we have Federico C. Did you join Luke with the order block strategy? No, no, I'm sticking to what works. I mean, I'm good with what I do. Yeah, the music should be fine now. We're good. All right, so if the Gulag has any charts to send in, make sure to send in your analysis so we can take a look at that. Yeah, right now gold is in a range. It's established a range during the low volume hour between London and NY. So let's look left for some targets. If we break above 18, let's just call it 1809, we basically have clean traffic going up to about 1824, but I'm going to be a little more conservative and do my ultimate target at 1820. We might get some form of issues around 1811, 1812. That's where previously candles rejected, so we might get some form of issues over there, and that's about 30 pips away. So that's pretty good. Let's annotate this as a first issue. Perfect. Hello from Florida. Hello, Jermaine, Andrew. Welcome. Yeah, so what I would want to see for pound yen sells, I think I would wait for this 4 hour to close below and then take sells with NYSE. I think that's going to be my plan for today. Because this is a 4 hour and daily support, so taking if just 1 hour closes below here, I don't know if that's going to be enough confirmation to continue on down. So I'm going to potentially wait for this 4 hour to break and close below this support. And then with NYSE volume, we can definitely continue on down. Or we form a very strong resistance in this range to continue on down. That would be very handy. Yeah, it's very tricky taking a sell right now because price already moved down. So we're coming to a support. So not the smartest idea to take a sell nor a buy. Let's take a look at some more recent rejections to the left. Maybe we can get some better insight. Yeah. So it looks like this level will be the first level to target right around 1811, 1812. Hello from India. Oh, naughty, naughty. So the Gulag must know what they're doing today. There's no charts coming in, so I'm guessing everything is loud and clear for you guys today. That's perfect. 30-minute came to a close below the resistance, so nothing to be done just yet. Yeah, this will be interesting if this 4 hour can keep pumping up bullish, or it's gonna come down and go bearish to maybe retest this support. We will see what happens. Hello, Shane Kanks. Alright, let's also take a look at the news. I'll be back in a second. Hold on. Alright, so taking a look at the News, we had bank holiday yesterday, so maybe today we might see some extra volume coming in for the USD. Let's take a look. Right now, our next news event is going to be PMI, but that's like quarter after NYSE, so should be a pretty clean day today. I think with NY volume, NY open volume, there's a very, very high chance that it can keep pushing gold up. Yeah, and if we start breaking this structural point, then we know that we're respecting this resistance, and it can come back down to support. Because right now it's just ranging. It's established a range. Yeah, from what I've seen on trending days, when the daily candle has trended and is coming into a New York session, there's a very high probability that New York will just keep pushing that candle into the direction it's printing. So I think we can, with New York open volume, we'll see where we can go. Let's take a look at GJ. Yeah, GJ, you'd want to form a fresh support and then a break of that support. Because if let's say this hourly candle were to close below here, it's already moved so far down, you need some form of a retracement. So you're definitely going to see a fresh support form, kind of like this right here. This was a support form, and then this candle broke below, creating a resistance to continue on down, but the range is not there to take any form of trade. Could you please explain what's the first issue that you've marked? Oh, this on gold? Yeah, it's basically, if you look left, this is basically the first area where we might have some form of an issue. So that's about 1812, 1811. Price might have a hard time, might just slow down once it taps into here, because this was a previous resistance, so it might act as a resistance coming up. Oh, let's take a look at the first chart of the day from Richard A. Hello, welcome to the stream. So we got the first chart, perfect. This is EJ 4 hour with clean range on the left. Look for support on smaller time frame to break lower or wait for retest to short. That's amazing. Yeah, I think that's a really perfect idea, is wait for some form of a maybe support to form and then a break of that support, retest of this area. But based on the 4 hour, it should definitely start coming down to about this price level. Where is it? Where are my tools? Here we go. Yeah, this is easily the first target for the 4 hour around I don't know, 130.70 maybe, something like that. So really good chart, like the idea as well. I've got a sell stop on GJ at 153.365, closing at the support with a lot size of 5. Ooh, risky business. 153.365. Ooh, you're right at your sell stop, I think. So you're active in your sell stop right now, I guess. Okay. You are right at support, maybe. Yeah, I guess that could make sense. You did break the daily low with volume. It can fill this daily wick. Interesting idea from the Gulag. Yeah, below the 4 hour low could have been pretty good. It's $200 in profits. Very nice, Biza. Oh, you closed it already. Okay. I think what you could have done is a buy stop below this 4 hour low. That could have worked much better because your range would have been like 15 pips, which is still pretty small, but I think that makes sense. Previous 30-minute closed with no wick. This new 30-minute has no upper wick. Doesn't look good for GJ sells at the moment. Yeah, true. Yeah, crazy this drop just happened on GJ. Yeah, welcome, you're welcome, Visa. Gonna set an alert over here so I don't miss it if it does start breaking above. Last time I missed a handful of trades from being distracted. Can you suggest the right way to increase lot size? That increases with your confidence in your system. As you have more data collected, then the confidence increases your lot size by itself. Because if you know you have like a win rate between 60 to 80%, then you know that whatever you do, as long as you follow your rules, you're gonna win more than you lose. So then it's just about building the confidence and the comfort level to increase that lot size. How long do I hold drawdowns? Not long at all. I'm in and out real quick. Real quick. I hit it and leave it. When I get drawdowns, I book it. I took 3 gold buys in London session. One went into drawdown for 5 pips and boom, instant close. And the rest all went 10 pips. First one, I can just show you on my terminal. Yeah, so first trade in London was right over here. If we go to the 5-minute, let's deactivate this thing. So first trade was right over here. Once the new 4-hour flipped bullish, I took a buy right over there. A little finger happy because I should have waited for this 5-minute to close a week bearish, but it is what it is. Secured basically 10 pips, another secured over there, and I closed the runner as it broke this structure because I took a second buy once it broke this high over here, expecting it to continue on higher, but I think this second loss, second trade could have been avoided. That's something I've included in my journal because I took a trade just 5 minutes earlier, so I think I could have sat on my hands a little better. I shouldn't have closed this runner, the first one. That wasn't to plan, but confidence wasn't quite there. And then my second trade or third trade was executed right over there, secured about 10 pips, and then runner stopped out of break even. So that was a really good London session. Very amazing. Gold doesn't move like that in London very often, so very blessed to have caught that. Well, let's see if we can get some more blessings in New York. Is it better to set risk by lot size or percentage of account? That's a good question. For what I do, I strive to have my stop loss always within 10 to 15 pips max. So in that case, I prefer to use fixed lot size. So my lot size always stays the same. But if you are more of a swing trader and sometimes you need to have a wider stop loss, then obviously you're going to want to use percentage risk. So that if you have a, because on one pair you might have a 20 pip stop loss, and then on the next pair you might have a 50 pip stop loss. So you need to account for that variation. Can you suggest the best platform to trade from India, because I lost a lot of money while trading in XNES? I don't know. Probably Dominion Markets, Traders Domain. They're really good brokers. You can sign up using their crypto option. Can I take a look at GU? I'll do that in a second, sure. Could you explain your risk management method? Should I risk 1 to 3% on each trade, or multiple trades that make up 1%? I think you can risk anywhere between 1 to 3% on a setup. You don't need to take 3 individual trades. let's take a look at this chart before I take a look at GU. Oh, that's not your fault. That's on my end. I need to delete that first, and then we can take a look. So this is gold 15-minute prices uptrending since Sydney session. Please help. I don't know what to do now. 4-hour level consolidation area. Well, you said it right here, consolidation area. What happens? What do you want to look for in a consolidation? A breakout. So all you need to do is wait for a candle to close above, to continue the uptrend, or maybe close below to, break structure and then go down. So it's simple. If it's consolidating, you wait for a break. Preferably to the upside, since that's where the trend is. So if it breaks to the downside, then there might be bullish volume, which causes a fake out. Do you think on gold it will come back to that support? I am in sells, but I doubt it may go up. So I still wait for the pullback. Ooh, I think if you're in sells, it's a little delicate situation. But if we break below 1804, then yeah, we can come back to that support, assuming you're talking about this support down at 1795. Oh yeah, let me send a Zoom link to somebody. Where is it? Oh, right, over here. Yeah, perfect. 15-minute just closed over here on gold. It's forming supports. Let's see if it can close above. I forgot what I needed to do, but let's see. Oeh, goedemiddag mijn vriend uit Ibiza. Nice. Welcome coming in from all the way from Ibiza. Crazy. Somebody's watching from Philippines. I'm at 20. Hold on, let me do something. All right, back to business. So I'm 25-year-old earning today $428 on GJ currency only today. Wow. So you took a sell somewhere and made some good pocket money. Ooh, Fahad, how are you, man? Good evening. Looking for sells, waiting for price to retrace to 0.400 and expecting price to break through support. Okay. Oh yeah, little resistance at 400, and then volume can break below this support and head down to the second support. That's pretty good. I like it. We got some good charts coming in today. Hello, Eric Tante asks, may I request, what's your bias on gold right now? Are you in an entry already? No, I'm not in an entry. And yes, you can request what my bias is. My bias is very bullish. We just need to break and close above 1808, 1809. GJ making a perfect Wyckoff pattern on 30-minute. Oh, okay, interesting. Sounds fascinating. My brother and I have 6 digits investment in stock index. Do you think it's a good idea to put 50k in my trading account to diversify our income? If you're consistent in trading, yeah, then you can maybe slap some money into a trading account. But if you don't know what you're doing, then I think it's best to just keep it in those indexes. Then it's safe, reliable returns. Do IC markets give payout to Indian banks? Probably. Good. Let's take a look at this chart from Eldwin Tang. We got pound yen sells, clean candle, 1 hour close below support. Top wick formed, enter sells after candle flip and breaks its own low to fill the wick, caught 8 pips. Ooh, nice. Okay, that made a lot of sense. This candle went up to first grab all the orders and liquidity, and then came right down to fill the wick. And you got what the market gave you for 8 pips. That's really good sell. I like it. Very good. Made a lot of sense. There's a lot of momentum, as you can see, as well. So very good trade. Why are you resistance not at 180795? 0795? Well, because if you look at these wicks, they are rejections, right? So if you look at the lower time frames, you see rejections over here, candle faking out of this level. So we're gonna want to wait for like a 15-minute to close above at least this level, and then clear these wicks as well. Louise, what's my go-to sandwich? Just cheese and ham, toasted with some ketchup. That's probably my go-to, I would say. Absolutely, Cat Lovers Official TV, we can help you with that goal. Just gotta follow what we say and ask you if it makes sense for you to take such a trade, and then you'll see what happens. You can learn from it. What time frames do you analyze your charts? Predominantly the daily, 4-hour, hourly, and 15 minutes. Perfect. So let's see what we get over here. Yeah, if this 30-minute can close above, that'd be really, really nice. What are your insights about Luke changing trading plan? No insight. I think if it makes sense for him, it makes sense for everybody. May I ask about the top resistance level? Yeah, you can ask about the top resistance level, assuming you're talking about this one. Like I've mentioned before, it's basically based on this 5-minute over here. Because we see on the 15-minute, if we have our zone over here, there's a lot of rejection wicks, right? So even if price does close above here, there's still rejections to the left. So I'm gonna keep it where it's at, right over there. Do I like my popcorn with or without butter? Probably without, then I can eat more. I sent you the Zoom link, by the way, new normal earnings. So you can come out of the gulag. How does the ISM service PMI affect price on gold? Well, just like any other news event, it affects price. If it comes out way different than the expected value, then obviously that's going to have a bigger impact. And then taking a look at the rest of the week, tomorrow we have OPEC, but that won't have an effect on GJ or gold. It might have an effect on the CAD and the oil prices, as I heard. Other than that, seems pretty clean. FOMC meeting. Ooh. Is this the same FOMC from Interesting. That this can have a lot of a extremely high impact on the market from what I've seen last time. And then Thursday we have AUD. AUD is highly correlated to gold, actually. So it's really interesting sometimes if there's news on Australian dollar in Asia session that can have an effect in London. I think they have a really high export of gold, or at least mining of gold, something along those lines. Then on Friday we have just Bailey speaking for pound. Oh, we have month over month GDP at Frankfurt Open on GBP pairs. It's listed as low impact, but that's rather odd. I think GDP is a very strong indication of a economy, so that's interesting. Yeah, happy to help, Louise. Can we consider sell with those wicks on gold as you have mentioned? Oh, can you take a sell based on these wicks? No, you can't. You can't because price is going up. Oh, somebody took the sells on GJ. What's GJ doing? Okay, I guess you probably took them somewhere up there because right now it's very tricky to take sells. It might, it's at support, so you can't really take a sell at support. Any news on gold? No, no news. How often I come online? Every Tuesday and Thursday I host New York, and this channel is online every London session and New York session. Please say that you're gonna stream NY from now on. Well, you need to discuss that with Luke, if he'll permit that. You need to ask him. Oh yeah, let's take a look at the GU as I mentioned earlier. Almost forgot. GBP USD. Let's take a look at the daily. Okay, so daily created this low. Candles are going up, getting weaker and weaker. This daily candle hasn't created a bottom wick yet, so this was a whole. It's so far it's been grabbing liquidity. It has, and the question is if it's going to been grabbing this liquidity to flip bearish. So let's have a look. Right now we see bullish structure on the 4-hour, and this is the structural point of this uptrend on the 4-hour. So I think if we can get candles breaking below here, then that'll definitely start to flip the daily bearish. That would be, yeah, that would be at the flipping point as well. So then once you get a candle closing below here, then you can definitely say that the daily has grabbed the liquidity to start going down and retest this low. Let's take a look at the weekly. Yeah, weekly somewhat has a wick fill as well, potentially, even though it's at weekly support. But yeah, price has already been coming down, so you're gonna want to wait for a support to form and then break of that fresh support. I think that's my, if I was trading GU, that's probably the only thing I would look at. For buys, probably I think above here would be a pretty good idea. Let's take a look on the lower time frames, because yeah, that was also this resistance on the lower time frame. So I think that's a pretty good conclusion. Sells with the daily confluence flipping bearish below here, and then buys above here if this gets respected. So trading is so simple. You just draw two zones and then you're like, oh, buys above, sells below, perfect. That's like my analysis 90% of the time. It's just buys above, sells below, perfect. That's it. Oh, I don't need no permission, bro. Yeah. True, I guess if I went on my own account, but I have a lot of things going on, so I can't always stream. Ooh, let's see. Gold seems like it's breaking this structure over here, so then we're respecting this resistance, and we can head back down to support in this range. Yeah, delicate. GJ, let's see. Yeah, GJ, if it can close below, that'll be very handy. Very handy, and then you can wait for a weak bullish candle to print, and then a break of that low, since it's in such a strong momentum. Gold is not that easy to trade all the time because of the volatility. That's true. Gold can move like crazy. I thought GJ was crazy back in the day, but gold is like 10 times GJ. I took sells on GJ as this 15-minute made its high wick and then broke the low of the previous one. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, true. I remember when it was it grabbed this liquidity, and then I guess once it broke this low with the volume, it can ignore this support and just mirror this clean traffic there. But I think it might be a little bit of a far-fetched idea. But if you manage risk, I think that's perfect. Just keep in mind that it tapped into 4-hour support. Yeah, indeed, hands. Do you ever trade indices? No, I don't trade indices, only gold and GJ. What I would be interested in is in trading the AEX, which is like the Dutch index, just for fun. Oh dear, that doesn't look fun. This time frame, oh damn. Yeah, that really doesn't look fun, but yeah, it seems interesting because like I live in the Netherlands, so it would be cool to like trade this index, but I don't know. Probably just gonna stick to gold and GJ. Yeah, right now it's just ranging, so sheesh, look at this time frame, yucky. Let's go back to GU over here. We got the hourly candle just closed. It closed bearish on gold, closed at support on GJ. Yeah, not much to be done right now. Thoughts on this NU idea? Let's give some thoughts on this. I'm guessing it's going to be NZD USD is what NU stands for. Let's take a look. Yeah, NZD USD for failed to close above prior high. Look for sells on close below 30-minute support. Oh, yeah, 30-minute. Yeah, that's perfect. I think that's a really, really nice idea that you have over here, because the 4-hour struggled to close above a level, so you must be at a like daily resistance or very strong resistance in a bullish market, and if it can't retest this high and create higher highs but breaks the support, then absolutely, then you're looking at a higher time frame pullback. So I love this idea. Very well thought out idea. For how long have you been trading? Almost 2 years, I'd say. Well, longer, but this style, almost 2 years. Any views with my chart? Let's take a look at Ibrahim's chart. We're getting such good ideas lately. Euro USD hourly chart, unsure about the fib. Buys above sell zone. I don't know. I don't have much to say about this chart. There's no questions. You have a Fibonacci slapped over here, but yeah, I'm not quite sure what you want me to say. Are we waiting for the news? PMI? No, that's really far ahead. There's no need to wait for that news. Let's see, what other charts do we have? Gold looking good on the 1 hour. Hope we got a double top as well for retracement for sales to take place. Yeah, could be. When did I become profitable? About 8 months into it. How do I collect the commissions on Dominion Markets? You need to contact their commissions email. So just send their support team an email, say that you want to withdraw your commissions, get magic keys or whatever, and you can do that. What software am I using for streaming? OBS. See, this 1 hour flipped bearish after creating its top wick. Might fill this wick down and break this low, and if it can break this low, which is also the 4 hour low, then we might be looking at a deeper retracement. At least down to this support, but we'll see. Yeah, let's see. GJ is just going bullish as of right now. We need to wait. If it can form, if this 30-minute can form bullish, or even the hourly, like week bullish, and then the next one starts breaking below this level with volume, that can be pretty good sell, because then we're in NY open time. And if a 4 hour support is gonna break, it's gonna break at NY open. Same with gold. We need to see what it wants to do. If it can break above in this hourly, then next one can continue going up with NY open volume. If it wants to break below, then I would only take sells with NY open volume. That would really give the confluence. That would really give the probability it needs to continue going down. Or not continue, but start going down. The streaming software is OBS, Open Broadcast System, or streaming, I don't know. Just Google OBS. Would selling resistance and buying support in a range be good strategy? Yeah, absolutely, that's a good strategy, but then you need to identify what are the confirmations. You can't just slap a sell limit, buy limit, and call it a strategy. That's not how trading works. So you need to wait for your confirmations. Do I see myself doing Forex for the rest of my life? Yeah, sure. I see myself in the markets and the finance field for quite a long time. Yeah, exactly. Justin Caffrey. GJ needs to do a retrace before continuing down. Yeah. This song right here is pretty lit. I love it. Now there's gonna be 10 people asking, ooh, what's the song name? Would you ever consider working for a trading fund? Well, funny enough, that's where I started. I started at a proprietary trading floor, trading US stocks, and then I moved over to retail trading of the Forex market. But yeah, I would consider it. I would consider being the owner of a fund. That's more my level. Got a question. Is it cool if you were to post your executions and risk management and pre-setup on the gram for education purpose? Would it cool if you were to post your... Yeah, I don't like to use... I'm not like gonna use my Instagram as a journal. I know a lot of people journal on Instagram. I think that's very not the right way to do it. But I show my executions on the performance highlight I have on my page. Is there any connection between DXY and XAU? Well, if you think logically, DXY is an index of the dollar pairs, right? The dollar strength. Is gold correlated to the dollar? Obviously, right? The dollar's on the right hand side, so obviously there's some kind of correlation there. How's the 2K account doing? Pretty good, it's up 10%. Nothing spectacular, but yeah, learning on how to leave my trades running longer so that it can I can leverage that 10%. So what was your experience while working at the trading firm? It was an interesting experience. I think how it started, like I was one of the very first guys to come there because the owner, he wanted to you know, start a fresh firm, and discipline, you know, was instilled from the very beginning, but we never learned any strategies. That was up to ourselves. Like we had to figure it out ourselves. They only provided help in terms of psychology, so that really helped me instill discipline in me. I've never blown an account. I've never deleted my stop loss. I've never lost more than I intended to lose, so that's the benefit I got out of it. And what made me quit or change to Forex? Well, they went out of business. Funny enough, the guy was a 60-some-year-old guy. He got struck with corona, didn't have the power or the finances to keep it running. So we got a text on a Sunday afternoon. He's like, hey guys, doors aren't gonna open up. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, well, and then I saw, you know, Forex, and that's where I met Raja. And Forex, you know, I saw like, oh, that it's easy to open a Forex account and just roll up your sleeves and get to work. So that's how I got into Forex. Can I re-enter a buy on gold? Yeah, you can re-enter a buy once it closes above this level. I don't know why you're in a buy within this range. You shouldn't be in a buy within this range unless it was from this support formed right over here. Then it could have retested the highs, but kind of tricky to execute on. Yeah, maybe right here once it broke this high. With the stop loss below there, that was a 10 pip stop loss, 20 pip target, ran 30 pips. Could have been a good idea. Oh, we have Steve Green in the chat. Hello. Yeah, so far this candle is forming bullish on CJ. Let's see, 15-minute here on gold, closing kind of weak, doji, bearish, not enough volume to take sells yet. Hey, good, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, Steve. Hope you're good as well. Refreshed from the weekend. Why is gold consolidating? Well, if you let's take a look at the time it started consolidating. So we came in from right over here at 6:30 Central European time. That was, yeah, still low volume, but I've seen gold move into here. So we're moving into London session. We see volume. Then we tap into this resistance to the left on the hourly. Right over here. Where is it? We tap into this resistance at 06500. And price had a little bit of a hard time right over here. Consolidated, it broke out with again very high volume. This was at London Open, and if we look at the 15-minute, we're coming into after. This is an hour after London Open, and then guess what? At 11 o'clock, that's where the London Open 4-hour closes, and then volume dies down until the next session at the New York session, which is pre-New York, which is where we are at right now, and then we have New York Open. So price is consolidating because it approached a very low volume time, right? So this thing happens every day. So if you take a look at the previous days, a lot of volume in London, and then it started consolidating towards the end of the London session, right? Same thing here, right? A lot of volume in London, towards the end of the London session, consolidation and breakout. If we look one more time, I mean, this was just a really big consolidation, but you can see it emphasized into a much tighter consolidation at the end of London. So, I mean, I would say 95% of your questions can just be answered by looking at your chart, at the chart. Like, yeah, you can answer so many questions just by looking at the chart and building that experience. The screen looks great. Kindly leave it like this for the viewers across the globe. Oh, okay. I'll leave it like this. So do banks cause the volume? Yeah, they trade quite big size, so they do move things around. Gold will go up once it breaks consolidation. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's going to be a very beautiful move up. Yeah, we're going to need quite a bit of volume to break this 4-hour support on GJ. So that might happen towards NY Open. Can't banks / institutions trade against each other? Yeah, they can. I mean, banks in Forex, they hedge. So they hedge other investments with Forex. If you don't understand that, then you just need to Google what hedging means. So when people say that for every winner there has to be a loser in Forex, that's not true, because majority of the times it's the banks that are taking the opposite end of your orders, and they're not trading, like they're not taking buys down here to go up to here. They're hedging, so they don't care about the direction of the market. They just care about the prices and where it's going to give them, where the liquidity is to enter their positions. That's all. Thank you for looking out for viewers across the globe. Welcome. Happy to do that. The signature, the Lord signed. Some crazy names. Do you see consolidation as institutional levels where algos and banks are hedging? Hence why big moves. Hence why after big moves we often see retracement back to that area. Oh yeah. Yeah, actually, what I know is that during consolidations, that's actually very high volume, because there's a lot of orders being transacted between institutions, because institutions, they can't enter when price is going down so heavily, right? Like, look at this 4-hour. It just melted some 400 pips, right? Am I reading that right? Jesus Christ. Yeah, 400, almost 500 pips. They can't enter $1 billion of a position as it's moving down, because then they're going to get slipped so hard that, yeah, it's not going to be worth it for them. So they need price to consolidate. They need price to, be trading at the same level so that they can accumulate their positions or like get rid of them at the top. So consolidations actually have some of the highest volume, which is why then once they're done accumulating, once it breaks out, we see the longer it ranges, we say the bigger the breakout, because then, there's no more orders to be accumulated. So there's a huge imbalance in the market. There's an imbalance from all these orders, and if there's nothing stopping it to the left, then it's just going to shoot up, right? And the next imbalance we see might be right at this resistance at 1820. Yeah, and if anybody tells you they know where the banks are trading, that's a bunch of crap, because nobody knows where the banks are trading. You just need to simply ask them, so you've worked at a bank? You've worked in finance? And they'll be like, oh no, well, Yeah, I think we're really just waiting for volume to kick in. So we've got like 40 minutes left of waiting. Then we're at NY Open and magic might start happening. Yeah, everybody in IML swears they know where the banks trade. Yeah, they're like, "Oh, bro, look at this. This is bank level." There's no such thing as bank levels. We just need to get a close above this level, and then we can push. The market will push up. That's all I know. That's all I care about. Could volume kick into the reverse? Yeah, volume can kick into the downside. Then if that happens, then it'll be this whole move up was a liquidity grab. And once the 4 hour starts to break its own low, then we might see this liquidity grab translate into, you know, a bearish body. We got a question from Chris. How do you trade in the smaller time frames such as the 15 and 5 minute, etc.? Well, you really need a lot of volume to trade the 5 minute. But you trade them just like you would trade a 30 minute hourly. The only difference is that they move so much faster. You need so much more volume to be present. And you really need to control yourself, because on the 5 minute, if you're trading the market for 3 hours, that's a lot of 5 minute candles. So you're gonna see things which might not really be there, and that's where it gets really tricky. You need to be able to really be dead on precise with what you're looking at. Buy the dip, sell the top. Could I check this plan? I can't, because you probably sent in a link and YouTube doesn't accept the links. I checked somebody's trading plan the other time. I think it was on Thursday. He sent it to me via WhatsApp, via Instagram. It was funny. We got a chart coming in from buy the dip, sell the top. Wonderful name. We need to add a little /x to this chart and then delete this. Euro USD. Oh damn, 1 minute. 1 minute chart. Break of structure. If it comes down to this level, you're gonna take buys. That makes sense. Makes sense. Then you can retest these highs. People are entering gold sells. Interesting. I mean, there's low volume right now, so you're gonna want to wait for some candle closure confirmation. Luke, are you bias on gold? That level not going to hold? Well, I'm Master P. Luke is like the owner of the channel, and I'm tuning in for this session. On Tuesdays and Thursdays I do the New York session. But yeah, my bias is bullish. My bias is bullish, and I would take sells only with NY open. Then I might be looking for sells. We'll see. Oh, thank you, Matt S. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, where's this 4 hour low? Let me mark that down. Perfect. Yeah, because I think if price breaks this low with NY open, we might easily fill this range, which is about 15 pips, and maybe even come down to fill this wick, which is 30 pips away, but that's going to need a little bit of guesswork with volume at NY Open. Then it'll play out, but right now it's a little bit of guesswork taking an impulse entry down here. GJ still forming that weak support. Have I taken any trades today? Yes, I took 3 trades in London. 2 10-pip wins, 1 5-pip loss. So on the daily time frame of gold, we have bullish candles, and the next major resistance is around 1820. Do you not think we might have a big time reversal thus far? Well, no. Why would we have a reversal price? Oh, this is GJ. Like, when I see a reversal, then I'll trade the reversal, but I don't see no reversal right now. Price is just going up, creating supports, breaking resistances, and probability dictates that when gold is, coming into New York session and the daily is bullish, very, very high probability that New York volume will just continue on pushing the daily candle upwards. Just like we saw here, those candles created their top wicks in Asia and London session, and then in London session we saw that the daily candle started to print bearish, and then once we approached New York, boom, it tanked like 400 pips that day. It was insane. The bears are coming in for gold. Yeah, potentially. I know for some reason, a lot of people are looking at sells on gold, but what bears? Like right now, this is a weak candle, weak candle, weak. So where are the bears, man? Show me them bears. Yeah, look at all these candles, weak. Yeah, we do NY sessions every day, Ricardo Rubin. You guys really want to see my trades in London session? These are my trades in London session. Right over here, live account. You can see live account, and took 3 trades. I think, yeah, they were all based on the 5-minute. So that goes to answer somebody else's question early on. So first trade was once the 4-hour flipped bullish, secured 10 pips. Runner got stopped out. The second trade was too aggressive, could have been avoided. Once this booby trap candle formed, broke the high, took a buy, it went like a couple pips in profit. Actually not that much, like 1-2 pip in profit, and then I closed that out at like minus 5 pips, exactly minus 5 pips. And then later on, so yeah, I closed the runner of the first trade. That was that was a mistake on my end because I needed to leave it running according to my rules, and then gave it another chance once it broke out of this consolidation to the left. It started consolidating a little bit. 15-minute closed above, broke the 15-minute high, and took this little buy, secured 10 pips, and the rest stopped out a break even. Cowboys, why trade against the trend? Worrying for no reason. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man. It's like these people, they trade smart money, but they're going with the dumb money today, taking sells. But I don't know. I don't understand it, so can't talk about it. I'm just waiting for a candle to close above here. Very simple, very, very simple analysis. I'm starting Forex with $1,000 next week. I'm kind of nervous, but this streams are good because I trade with more confidence. Thanks so much. Oh, that's amazing. Good luck on your $1,000 account. That should be pretty good if you just stick to your rules, manage risk well. I think you're gonna do very well. What are my thoughts on order blocks? No thoughts. If they work, I know they work. You can make them work 100%, but I don't need them to be profitable. I'm profitable with the few things I know. Ooh, Mario Sella took the same trade as me. Nice. Well done. We're in tune with the markets. We moved the markets. We're the smart money. Yeah, we got 30 minutes to the NY Open. Let's see if we can get this hourly candle to close below. The next 30-minute candle to close above. Oh, sorry, did I say hourly close below? I meant above. If it can close above, then NY Open volume is just gonna yeet to this daily candle up to 1820. It's about 100 pips away. That's not even unrealistic. That's quite realistic for NYSE. 100 pips is like tap water. See, we got 450 people watching, and somebody says only not even 50% likes. Yeah, we need to first call out a trade, and then we can get those likes. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure to like, subscribe, help us grow the channel. According to the experience, what I have learned so far, never trade against the trend. You will be losing side all the time. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely. It's not even about the trade, it's the knowledge that's being given out for free, so definitely drop a like. So let's see, this 30-minute is kind of closing. Wow. It's closing at this resistance, but my resistance is up here with the wicks. So maybe if we get like a 15 candle closing above here, 5-minute candle, we'll see. We'll need to take it by the ear. Am I going to take any GJ trades? No. Only if this 4-hour candle closes below this 4-hour support, then I might be looking at sells with the NYSE volume, because then I know that the next 4-hour is going to have a pretty easy move down to this to fill this range of 40 pips. But yeah, I think if we break below here, then with volume we can fill this wick. Ooh, I have a buy entry at 1805. Can I hold or close? A question from the Gulag. 1805. Well, you're in it. You're in profits. I think. Well, I think secure. If you haven't already, secure like 85%, 80-90% of your profit right over here. Bring stop loss at break even, and then leave the 10-20% of the full position running to see if you can break this. Because if it breaks this, then your runner is gonna be eating like so many pips. So I think that's a really good thing to do if you're in a buy from 1805. That's an amazing entry as well, so congrats for that. Were there any signs on the 5-minute? Not really. This is delicate. I think if I was looking at buys, I probably would have caught them right over here. This would have been my move right there. Went 10 pips and then runner would have been stopped out. That's okay. That would have been my move if I was looking at these buys. Because right over here, you don't know if this candle is just pulling back to go down, but once it broke this to the left, created a booby trap with no top wick, it needed to create a top wick. Master, Sensei, Shifu, Guru, P. Yeah, they all work, whatever you want. Yeah, and GU needs to form a resistance at this resistance to continue on heading down. But this range, I think it's, yeah, it's quite tight, so you might want to wait for a break below here. For sells, let's do that. So that's the, if I was trading GU, that would be the only thing I'd look at is for sells below here. I wouldn't even be considering buys. Just like on gold, well, I would consider sells if they, you know, shape up nice, but really I'm only considering buys. I'd only be interested in buys. I am in paid Telegram group. I give out free signals from them. Oh, okay. What my thoughts on trading imbalances? It makes sense. If you can trade them. I used to trade imbalances. I traded supply and demand. Was very profitable with that. I'd secure, like, because your, like, the probability is high and your risk to reward is high. Like when I was trading supply and demand, I would get, my TP would be 3 to 1 or 5 to 1. And my win rate was about 50 to 60%. So like if you have a 3 to 1 risk to reward, your break-even win rate is 25%. So if you win only 25% of the trades, you're break-even with a 3 to 1 risk to reward. So yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense if you, but you need to build obviously a strategy around it and know what you're looking for. So we're approaching this line over here. If we can break above it, that would be amazing. Then we're gonna hit all the sellers' stop losses, and that's gonna give us the liquidity to continue on driving upwards. I think that'll be a perfect trade over there. Yeah, them sellers' stop losses are gonna give us the liquidity for price to go on upwards. Do brokers lend virtual money to traders? Well, if it was virtual, I mean, they're demo accounts, right? That's virtual money. But no, leverage is real money. Obviously, you need real money to interact in a real market, right? I just started with a new broker. I see. No, I've got no clue, Hassam. Oh, somebody says, sir, speak slowly, because I can't understand English. Ooh. Noyim, should we wait for candle to close or impulse? I would highly recommend waiting for a candle to close above here. The question is which time frame. I think a 15-minute time frame could be enough. If you know what you're doing, you could see some signs on the 5-minute, but I think 15 is going to be the way to go forward. Because we've also seen gold push oftentimes in the last quarter, last 10 minutes of the hourly candle. So I think that'll be interesting. So I think volume could potentially come in the last quarter of this hourly candle. I've seen that happen before, but it's very important that we wait for, you know, there to be a confirmation of volume being in the market. Right now, no volume. Ooh, somebody says, I entered at 1808.130. Is this a good entry? Well, you're in the range, so inherently it's instantly much riskier, right? So I think you entered as once it broke this 30-minute high, slightly below that. It's very, very delicate entry. You're really trusting volume to come in. For me, that wouldn't be... I don't want to skew you off your own analysis, but I have my resistance over here. So for me, that's not the best entry, but if volume does kick into the markets, then you should be good. But yeah, it's definitely an early aggressive entry, but I'm sure you know that. Is FBS a good broker? No clue. Is there a correlation between GJ and GU? I don't know, man. Is there? Let's see. Pound, British pound, Japanese yen. If we go over here, oh wow, is this British pound? USD? I don't know. It seems somewhat similar, right? The first three letters, they seem somewhat similar. That might be some form of correlation. Who knows? Rajput, I have no idea if brokers get a loan to give leverage. I've got no clue how that works. But you could probably ask somebody that owns a brokerage, or just literally copy paste that into a Google. Does the broker profit by giving you leverage? And you can, you just Google it. Just Google it, man. I've got no clue. What if gold pushes past 1809.60 on this wick? Would that be a good impulse buy for 10 pips? What did you say? 1809.60. So I'm guessing right over here. I think that's the 4-hour high. It's delicate. If there's volume, then yeah, sure. I wouldn't take that though. I would really, really wait for at least a 15-minute to close above here. Yeah, really, really important, because you see all these wick rejections. If it wick rejected before, there's, the probability is there for it to wick reject again. So we don't want to be caught in a delicate situation. Am I a funded trader? No, I funded myself. Why are longer time frames considered more accurate when they are just representations of smaller time frames? Because the confirmation is stronger. So like, a 4-hour, how can I explain this? I would say they move. That's a good question. I would say just because the time frame is longer, you can get higher quality confirmations, because the volume during that time frame is very directional, because banks and like institutions, they don't trade on a 5-minute time frame, right? So if you get a confirmation on the 4-hour, then you know that it's going to like fill the next 4-hour range. Like when this candle closed above, you know that it's going to fill the next 4-hour range coming up to here. If this was like a 30-minute candle right over here, you'd be looking for buys going up. So it's just that they're much higher probability confirmations, since you get less of them but the quality is higher. And likewise on a 5-minute, you might get more but the quality is lower. So yeah, if this thing doesn't just shoot straight up and can give us some form of a confirmation with candle closing above here, that would be a really nice opportunity. How do you change time format on Tradingview platform? Again, if you copy paste that into Google, you'll find an answer, or you click on the bottom right of the screen and then you can change time format. Fabian, will you wait for candle close on gold or enter an impulse buy? I'd wait for candle close. Ooh, look at that. GJ formed a weak support. Let's see, how's this 15-minute closing? Oh, okay, yeah, if there's... Yeah, that's an interesting situation. I think if you guys, score this based on your own plan, there might be some form of a... I don't know. For me, there isn't. Like, this is a trade I would take any day of the week. Right here, a candle created a low, and now it's closing below the low, and with volume, it's going to create lower lows. But But there's a but. You need to score the trades, right? You need to look left and ask yourself, is there enough range for me to take 10 pips? And the range is only 8, 7 pips. So, that's very delicate then. So you can't just blindly take a confirmation. You need to evaluate that confirmation and, rank it based on your criterias. Then you can really dictate what's going wrong and avoid repeating those things. So let's see. Yeah, it's looking like a very delicate situation here on the 15-minute. I don't think this 15-minute is closing strong enough to take any form of buys because it's still below these wicks. Aggressive traders, cowboy traders, they're probably going to be looking at impulse entries above this high to continue on upwards. For me personally, I'm gonna probably just wait for this 30-minute candle to close or wait for a weak bearish 5-minute candle to form and then a break of that candle high. Kind of like the first trade I took right over here. And this one. So if we can get that a third time, I think that'd be very well. Yeah, it is starting to close above. It is starting to close above. I'm gonna see how the next candle forms. If it can 30-minute is still open. Very delicate situation. I'm not executing on this. Not executing on this situation right here. I'll take the second leg up. There's plenty of pips to go around in these buys if they do come. Yeah, because what would be the stop loss over here? It would be like, even at the low it is pretty reasonable, 14 pips. If you guys are in it and this candle starts to trade back into the range, you should start managing risk. Once it flips bearish, that'll be like -4 pips. So this would already be a small loss if you're in it and you know how to manage risk. But for me, I'm going to wait for the second leg up because it's a little fishy. We have these wicks to the left. I think on the 5-minute we have like this level, but it's not that strong, but like, little fishy. But we'll see what happens over here. Yeah, there's plenty. If price is going to go up, there are plenty more pips to come. So there should be no FOMO if this trade does work out. Should be no FOMO. You should just relax. Are you concerned about the daily resistance at 1809,900? Nope, there is no daily resistance. You need to look at the charts better. I'm staying out too. I don't want to start the week with a loss. Yeah, true. I mean, there's going to be plenty. This is the first leg up. For New York session, this is going to be the first leg up. There's going to be a second leg up and a third leg up. So, yeah, there's nothing to worry about. Am I watching Italy today? Absolutely. Ooh, right there, we stopped out. Sellers' stop losses got hit, and we're up 10 pips over here on this trade. I'm not in it, but it's a beautiful confirmation. Like we talked about, 50-minute closing above. Now the sellers are shitting their pants. Such stupid analysis, but it is what it is. So now I'm going to wait for the second leg up, which is going to be represented by a weak bearish 5-minute candle and then a break of that 5-minute candle. Because that's, then I know that price is going to move up. There's no question if there's going to be like a deeper retracement or a fake out, because it's already broken the zone. It's moving up. It's very high probability to tap into the first target. So the second leg up will do that. If only we had a bottom wick. Yeah, we did. The 30-minute had a bottom wick. So like, then you don't need one on the 15-minute. Like, you don't need one to execute. Yeah, pretty sick trade over here. So the sellers, like I said, their stop losses, they're giving us all the liquidity to go up. So yeah, we're gonna be dead focused to catch the second leg up. Forza Azzurri, yes. Italians are playing later today. Nice job, mate. You were right. Yeah. 1815 is okay to be the first target. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. I think ultimately, like I said, it's going to hit 1820. You know, some people think it's going to go down, but it is what it is. Let's see. Long spread on GJ. On gold, it's 1 pip, 1.4 for me. Daily resistance on gold form on February. Yeah, no, you need. There is no resistance, man. Look at this. Where's this resistance? Clean candle going down, clean candle going up, clean candle going down, clean candle going up. So like, fuck this little thing over here. Like, that's nothing. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. So did the Gulag catch this? Were there any cowboys in there? What will be final target? 1820. 1820. It's gonna be a long ride up, and we're not even at NY Open. Sheesh. Let's see if we can get a bearish 5-minute candle to form, and then I think that's gonna be my trade with NY Open to come to the first target right over here, which is gonna be like 9-10 pips away. But frankly, yeah, nah, I'm gonna leave it there. But is it possible to diminish the visibility of this thing? Let's take a look. Maybe invisibility? No. Style, line, transparency. Oh, right here. Yeah, let's make it like very thin because I don't want it to distract me. 30%. There we go. So it's in the back of my mind, but it's not gonna, you know, be an issue for me to take a trade going against this thing, because ultimately, just like so here, if you look on the 1 hour here, this is kind of the same situation we have on the daily right here. Where is it? Right there. You don't expect this to be respected. Like, we're going up. You know, daily candles have been closing bullish, so there's nothing to indicate sells right now. We didn't even break structure. No support was broken, so there's no sells in gold today. We just need the second leg up now. Let's see if we can catch that. How long will the NY session be open, guys? It opens for an hour. I jumped out to enter on the second leg. Ooh, oh yeah, Vernie, you're the guy that was in buys from somewhere over here. Right over here. I guess your trade idea worked out. I hope I didn't discourage you on that one. But you saw how clean it was once this candle closed above. This was like, let's look on the 1 minute chart. I mean, yeah, that happened somewhere over here. Like, it just moved up 15 pips in 3 minutes. That's beautiful. How long? Oh, I already answered that. I am learning to execute. Your patience, man. If I can master your patience, I will be a winner. Yeah, I think my patience is not even that great, but it's definitely a good. Yeah, let's see. Think if the next 5 minute can break this 5 minute high, then I would enter into a little buy. Expect the last 10-minute volume of this hourly candle to just continue on driving, and then bring stop loss to break even for the NY Open, and hopefully the NY Open can just shoot straight up without any kind of issues. What would be the stop loss? Would be roughly, it's manageable, 9 pips. Target would be, well, I would set stop loss at break even at this level, and because I'm already in 2% profit for the day, I'm just going to set stop loss to break even and see if I can secure 20-30 pips. What is the biggest lot size you've ever traded? 2 lots. Was my first ever trade, slapped at 2 lots because I thought this was going to be easy, and then oh boy, wasn't so fun. But I was like, okay, you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to go down to 1 lot and 2 trades, and I'm going to make it back. and then yeah, that wasn't. First week was quite difficult. So we're going to turn on my magic keys over here. I'm going to open up that calculator. But it's actually closing rather strong right now, so it's not a good idea. Yeah, if it closes like this body, bearish body, a little too strong for my taste. It needs to be very weak, bearish body like this, very small body, long rejection wick. So let's take it by the ear as it starts to break the high and see what happens. Yeah, it's a little too strong, yeah. A little too strong, so I'm going to wait for NY open, or we'll see how this candle forms, if it like wicks all the way down and then up. Might be a pullback at 8 AM too. Yeah, could be a pullback at NY open, but if we break this high and continue on upwards, then NY open might just open with no bottom wick and shoot straight up. Wouldn't be surprised. So I guess it's time for the money song. Should we do that now or wait until let's wait until we're in a trade and then we'll put the money song. In the meantime, let's put this other song, which was here, right? This one. This one's pretty sick. I think this will pump us up, pump up the vibes for a winning trade. Let's see. Alternatively, if this 5-minute doesn't break the high, well, you know what? Now we're only 3 minutes away from the open, and it went up, grabbed liquidity. So I'm just gonna actually just wait for the for this hourly candle to close. If it moves, it moves. We'll see what I can do with this 15-minute closing actually. Yeah, so let's close the magic keys calculator. The Gulag, they can hear everything I do on my MetaTrader as well. So if I'm entering secretly trades, you guys can hear all the MetaTrader sounds going on. What about GJ? Yeah, GJ, we spoke about it. Can go down, but the range is not quite there, so you're gonna want to see volume. I'm waiting for this 4-hour to close below, and once it closes below, we have NYSE volume, London close volume, and that can continue driving down to this support to the left-hand side, but rather ugly for today. So yeah, if you're in a buy from down here, your stop loss should be at break even by now, by the way, if it isn't already. It went up like 20 pips, easy 20 pips. Now retracing a little bit. If it forms a 5-minute support, pretty good probability it can retest these highs, which is a wick fill on the hourly. So pretty excited about that. Let's see what we get. What would be even more exciting would be just for the hourly to open with no top wick and just go straight down, retest this level, and then flip bullish. And that's where I would definitely execute my trade, would be on the flip of the hourly candle after creating a healthy bottom wick with no top wick. Then I'll just secure this wick fill at 15 pips and leave a runner running. Alright, let's see what NY Open does in 1 minute and 15 seconds. Yeah, it should be pretty good if we can create a healthy bottom wick to go back up. Would be pretty good. I don't know if I wouldn't take it on the close, because you never know if it just might, if NY Open will be so volatile to break the lows and then go back up. So I'm gonna wait just for like a top wick to form, and then we'll see. So I have my magic keys open right now. I mean my calculator, and we're gonna see what we get. Oh, is a 5 minute forming support? Let's see. Now I would say it's time for the money song. Let's see. It's so hard to find. Let me make sure I don't miss it. It's in 10 seconds. Yeah, I can't find it right now. I'll put it on once we're in something. Let's see. Let's focus on the chart right now. Yeah, going up right now, so it didn't create a bottom wick. Very delicate, so we're gonna wait for 5 minutes to close and then to decide what we're gonna do. Yeah, very delicate. I think it was best executing it on the close. That was best. Yeah, it's a delicate situation right now. I think if you didn't execute on the close of this 15 minute, then it's tricky to enter right now because it has no bottom wick. If it breaks the high, also very tricky because it has no bottom wick. So yeah, but if you're in it from down here, sheesh, you will be eating. Let's see how this reacts to this high over here. West African Sylvester, I'll answer that later. I'm kind of focused right now, by the way. So GJ, let's see. Oh yeah, closed above support. I mean, yeah, closed above support, creating a weak support. If this candle can break this weak support, should be good for sells. Yeah, very delicate. I think only way to have caught this so far was break at the close of this 15 minute with a stop loss at the low, which is like 13 pips. Then the wick fill would already be 10 pips. Target would be like 18, 17 pips, 20 pips. But that's okay. I already made profits in London, so I'm more looking to not waste those profits, but really get a sound trade in. Yeah, it's breaking the high right now, very delicate. Nothing yet. Somebody asking, is everything a delicate situation? Yeah, pretty much. I use that way too often. Everything is a delicate situation. In the market, everything is risky, absolutely. Yeah, very, very tricky. stops below 5-minute structure. That would make sense if you're gonna take buys above here to have a stop loss down here. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna execute. I'm not seeing anything right now. I think the only opportunity right now, as of right now, was on the close of this 15-minute candle, but I wanted to see a bottom wick created and then a flip bullish, and I would have entered on the bullish flip, but didn't quite happen. It just went straight up, so I think if you caught it based on the 15 close with a 13 pip stop loss, then round of applause to you. You're doing really good. It was a really good trade. Yeah, because I didn't really expect NY. I just expect NY open to really push since we have so much clean traffic to the left. So a bottom wick isn't necessary. So I think execution on the close was pretty good, with a stop loss back in the range. Something like 15, 13 pips would have been nice. But ultimately, this was the banger trade right over here, the break of this high. Holy. Let's block this guy. He's not going on timeout. He's going full in the blocked. Yeah, this retard placed a sell order and asking if G gold will go up or down. Yeah, I guess it's going down, creating that bottom wick right now. Yeah, look at that, no bottom wick, and it's now coming down to create that bottom wick after grabbing the liquidity, so very delicate. That's why this was a delicate situation. I think this situation, it deserved the sticker. This was a delicate situation sticker, because it had no bottom wick. Yeah, so this goes to confirm like what I was saying. Sometimes we see volume coming in 10-15 minutes prior to the NY open, and in this case that's exactly what we saw. So I'm gonna take a note of that, and this like I've seen this happen a handful of times, so this just strengthens that muscle in my brain, which tells me that, you know, sometimes we can get a nice move in the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes of the hourly close. Oh, hello, Darren Spencer from Bulgaria. Your first time here. Amazing. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying it. If you're enjoying it, definitely make sure to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe so you can tune in and get these banger ideas every day. What's the difference between yours and Raja's trading style? Well, we come from the same trading style. He taught me, you know, market structure, and I implemented that into the charts. I looked at the charts every day, same time every day for over a year, and I've gathered my own experience. And so that's how it differs, is that I'm trading based on my own experience, and Raja, he has his own experience, but we both trade market structure and things like that. If it doesn't create a bottom wick before breaking the high, then buys aren't valid. Well, sometimes they can be valid. Like this buy over here without a 15-minute bottom wick was valid because the 30-minute already had a bottom wick. So now we just want to see a strong support formed at this level, and we can retest the highs. Somebody in the Zoom says I'm Bulgarian, and that name didn't sound Bulgarian at all. Oh, nice. Interesting. If you look at GG, do you see any chance of buys playing out? Unless it's breaking structure, then probably not. I would say if you get a close above here, then yeah. Then you can say that it's breaking this bearish structure, and this 4-hour support will be respected, and you can do like a deeper pullback to maybe like 153, 550. Ooh, sheesh. We're coming back into the range, but that's okay because everybody should have secured their profits and put stops at break-evens and everything like that. And now we're trading back in the range. So now we gotta see, is this gonna be a fake out or a retest? If we start to form like supports below here and then break those supports, then obviously that's gonna be a fake out. A fake out, since it grabbed, first it grabbed its liquidity and then flipped bearish. There's, you know, it grabbed those bullish orders and now it's driving back down. I wanted to see the exact opposite, where it first grabs the bearish orders and then flips bullish and drives up bullish. But we saw the exact opposite. So now if we get candles closing back in the range, weak supports formed, break of those supports, then we know that we're gonna head down to this range. So it's pretty good. GU looks bearish. Does that mean that gold correlation is also bearish? I don't know, man. You need to take a look based on your own experience. Take a look at the chart. If GU previously was going down, what did gold do? Like, that answer is literally answered just by looking at the charts. Like I said before, 95% of your technical questions can be answered by just opening your eyes and looking at a chart. So it seems like we're respecting this support. If we can form a support right now, then we're gonna retest the highs. But if the range doesn't seem to be quite enough, so maybe we might need a candle breaking and closing above here. Oh dear, let me change this back to defaults. Oh, that's an ugly color. What did I have it? Yellow. Yeah, perfect. Yellow. Oh, dashed is interesting. Let's make it dashed. So yeah. I think if we break above here, then, and because we have such high volume, I'm just going to ignore this issue to the left. Since we have clean traffic on the higher time frames, that's not a issue with volume. So GJ needs to break below here. It's got 1 hour left for this 4 hour to close. So if this hourly can close below this hourly support that it just created, that's going to be very high probability for the NYSE London close volume to push down to 152,800. Yeah, it's very important that you stick to your bias. Deadly important. So, I'm asking myself, if this hourly candle breaks its own high, which it just did, can it continue pushing up? So I am in a trade right over here. As this hourly broke its own high, based on it creating this liquidity grab to go down, I think with volume, NY open volume, it can continue pushing on upwards. How I'm going to manage risk is if this hourly starts to flip bearish, that's going to be basically my stop loss. And yeah, with volume, I think we should be pretty good. So let's see how it goes. Ooh. Potentially a little premature entry, but we're gonna see. I think it's once it broke its own high, can be an okay entry. We're just gonna wait for candles to close, how the lower time frames are shaping up. This 5 minute is closing in 2 minutes. Yeah, I think this is where I am going to soon start closing full positions if the hourly closes flips bearish, but it's not quite doing so just yet. Yeah, there's no way to really manage risk on this trade. It's either gonna stop me out full loss or hit or go up. So we just gotta wait, see what it does. Not looking good so far. Yeah, it stopped me out right over here. I'm out, minor loss. It's all good and dandy. Damn, I didn't have the money song playing, that's why. Let's put on a timpani beat to chill our things. Yeah, I think a little premature impulse entry, but that's okay. Secured profits in London, so we're all good. Let's take a look here. So what's the Gulag doing? If we see the right confirmation, we can still push up. Yeah, I think so. I think it can still push up once we start getting a close above here. There's a long way to go up. Let's take a look at this chart. If this 15-minute close bearish makes sense to fill the wick on the 30-minute. Yeah, if it closes below this line, if it closes below your support, then it makes sense. Because then you can say that this was just a pullback and not a fake out. .30-minute wick. Yeah, then it needs to close below there, and then this wick becomes a target, but the range is so small. Like, it's only a 5 pip wick. So you need a lot of volume to come in. Do you think there's an area, any area to re-add? I personally can't. Well, if you see a stronger confirmation, like a candle closing above here, then there's clean traffic to the left and we're at high volume, so I think it can continue. But I wouldn't re-add. I'm done for today. Took, I think, 4 trades. Yeah, 4 trades, so I'm done. But yeah, I think it's definitely going to go up, hit 1820. That's going to be a really good target for today. We can do 1820 and then close strong bullish. Oh, you meant GJ. Look, enter GJ. Rope. Oh, on GJ, I guess you can re-add once you get a candle closing below. That would be a re-entry to add your 50% that you closed. Yeah, this retracement right here caught me. Took 3 trades, all losses. Oh, damn. You need to learn from that, man. This candle closing in 3 minutes. No moves until the news, then we'll see a big move. Oh yeah, we still have ISM services today. That's, yeah, in 2 hours I think there's still plenty of room. What are they expecting? They're expecting slightly worse numbers compared to the compared to the previous times. It's been going up, but who knows? We'll need to wait for the actual release. Still no moves. Oh yeah. What do I think about GU? I think it's pretty bearish if it can close below this level over here. Then we can see some good sells. Money song time? No, we don't have. It's not money song time. Do you plan to re-enter? No, I've taken my trades for today. I'm not gonna re-enter because we also have news later on, so I'm just gonna let it play out. Tomorrow we're gonna catch this, you know, the spillover. Oh, GA was a good buy apparently. Need funeral music. Yeah, let's take some funeral music. I think yeah, we're just starting to range right now. Volume isn't quite present just yet. Let's see if it breaks this structure, then you can say that it's a sell, because then it's breaking structure, absolutely. Okay, fine, somebody, people really want the money song, let's put on the money song. Man, it's such a hard song to find, it's like hidden. Right here. We make money to this song, we lose money to this song, it's good times song. Sheesh. Yeah, Brandon Fisher. Let's see how candles start to close above this level. See potential inverted head and shoulders on GJ on the 15-minute. Interesting. Seems like it. It broke this structure and looks like it wants to continue higher and respect this 4-hour support. So it'll be interesting to see how this daily closes, if it can close below or above or range. Guys, check 5-minute price action on 30 June. We're doing the same thing right now. Oh, price action on 30 June. What happened on 30 June? Right over here. What? Ranging? Like what time frame do you want to see? It looks like a range. I guess we are ranging right now. It really looks nothing like 30 June, to be honest. What's the maximum pips you are using for SL? Usually between 10, 15 pips. I think he used a random date generator. He's just like, yeah guys, look at this date. So yeah, price tapped into this zone, like into this range twice, maybe to grab the liquidity to go up. Who knows? I think I was definitely early with my buys. They were a little, well, they were definitely unstructured based on the hourly breaking its own high, but yeah, I thought volume would push it further, but clearly it didn't in this example. So we're gonna wait for a 5 minute, 15 minute to close above here, and then volume can push it on upwards after these two liquidity grabs. Seems gold is showing us the red flag. Too risky to trade. Hopefully I took 20 pips. That's nice. You still took profits, and yeah, it's becoming quite risky to trade. I agree. 5 minute is closing at resistance. This is the last 5 minute of this 30-minute candle. It's very, very tricky. We need to see where this 30-minute candle will close. I think it's still good. It's definitely gonna go up, but you just need to time the entry correctly. I think a really, really, really good entry was right down there. Another one once it closed, and here it goes. So here it broke its own high on the hourly candle, and now it's up to the races. Let's see if it's going to, where it's going to pump towards. Yeah, it's a little early on my entry. Oh, the music. Yeah, very, very difficult move to catch, honestly. It's like, yeah, really playing around. So I'm in no trade. It's really volatile right now. I'm not sure if this should be touched based on how it's moving up in a consolidation. Yeah, if this 30-minute closes like this, we're probably just gonna call it a day because nothing is really happening. I've taken my chances for today, and I'll come back tomorrow and take some new chances, new probabilities, and everything along those lines. So any last questions for the Gulag before this candle closes? Any charts and things like that to look at before I head off? John Pete, if the 5-minute creates a resistance and breaks it, buys might be good on GJ since we already have multiple confluences on the 15 and 30. Yeah, kind of like a booby trap candle. Yeah, because then you can say that this support is holding on the 4 hour, so then it can come up to the 4 hour resistance since it's ranging, right? 4 hour is ranging. We have resistance, support, resistance respected, support being respected, so it's basically a ping pong game right now. I'm long on gold since NY open. Should I close or hold in your opinion? Damn, you held some drawdown over there. I don't know, man. I think I mean, you could have secured the wick fill was already 10 pips. You could have brought stop loss at break even. I don't know. I think I wouldn't be in that trade. I would close it if I was in that trade, but I don't want to influence your opinion. You know, I think you should do what feels best. Yeah, welcome, Steve Green. Happy to have you here. How big should I grow my account before trading one lot? I think if you want to, well, you can either leverage profits that you've made on smaller lots or get like a 5,000 euro account. Then one lot becomes like 2% risk. So that's really doable. 50 and 200 EMA converging on an order block. This could turn at 1813. Ooh, okay. That's perfect. If we break a support, then yeah, absolutely, we're gonna have a deeper pullback. But right now, all supports are being respected. No support is being broken. So, but if we do break a support, like right over here, by closing back into the range and below here, then yeah, absolutely, there's gonna be a deeper pullback. It's self-explanatory, right? Play the previous song before you leave. I'll keep playing it as I leave. What's the name of the money song? It's Hear the Noise. Alright, so this is where I'm gonna call it a stream. 30-minute closed week doji. There's not much more to be done for me, so this is where my day ends, and we're gonna move on to other things now. So take care, guys. In the YouTube, have a good evening, and don't overtrade, don't over risk, keep it safe, don't do stupid things, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.